Melodic grooves and textured harmonies is the heartbeat of the soul. Lyrically, emotionally, and powerful is what we love. It's Indie Soul Saturday, only on Source Radio Network.
It's a great day here at Source Radio Network. I want to welcome everyone to Indie Soul Saturdays. I'm your host, James Johnson, and we are excited to be here. We're definitely glad that you are here and tuned in with us. We have an amazing show in store for you today. Today's show is especially for the R&B fans out there. Our guest today hails from Dayton, Ohio, and has been working diligently at building her career around the world. Rachel Shaw is who's going to be with us today, and she's an amazing soul R&B artist, and she'll be joining me in just a little bit. We've definitely got a lot to talk about, including her new project, so I know you'll definitely enjoy this conversation. We'll also be playing her new single, Betrayal, along with another special track that she brought here just for you guys to hear. So definitely stay tuned for Rachel. Again, she'll be with us in just a little bit. If you're close to a phone, just like always, we want you to call in and talk to the artist today. We want to hear your voice. We want you to hear your voice. Definitely want you to be engaged, and we want to make all of our artists feel welcome here at Indie Soul Saturdays when they do drop in with us. The phones are on. We are definitely waiting to hear from you. And that number, in case you want to write this down, 619-924-0933. Again, that's 619-924-0933. And today is definitely going to be your chance to be heard. Now, I also want to take a moment just to shout out our many sponsors. There's many people who are definitely behind the scenes, but they're definitely vital for our everyday hustle around the world, and we will be doing a major disservice by not speaking on this. So our gracious sponsors include Paper to Film Productions, Revolutionary Meal, Scott Cares Foundation, Urban Grandstand Digital, Meet My Types Matchmaking, Blend to Blend Juice Bar Peak, Renovation, and New Covenant of Praise Worship Center. Now, I want you guys to just kick back, relax, and listen to the music we're going to be playing here for a little bit. And when we do come back, we are going to be here with our special guest today. Again, that is Rachel Shaw, and this is Indie Soul Saturday.
Source Nation, you're listening to Indie Soul Saturday.
Radio Network is just one of the many platforms that is used to fulfill dreams of our listeners and create a purpose that will impact the lives of our communities, cities, and the world. It is often said that great things will happen when a group of driven people work together to accomplish one goal. We're giving people the opportunity to have a voice, translate words that haven't been heard, and paint pictures that no one has seen. Source Radio Network is fueling your life's purpose. How can you listen? www.blogtalkradio.com/Source Radio.
Welcome back, Source Nation. You're listening to Indie Soul Saturday.
Source Nation, we are back. This is Indie Soul Saturdays, and once again, I'm your host, James Johnson. Now, we definitely want to go and get moving with our special guest here because I think this is going to be an amazing conversation, and she's doing so much out there. I've definitely really been working to connect with her, so this is really a good day for us. I want to go ahead and welcome in Miss Rachel Shaw. How are you doing today?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very, very good. You sound real energetic. That's good.
Well, good. I try to be. It's Saturday, too, so it's a good day.
We're very, very excited and really honored to have you here on the show today. It really is a huge blessing for us. So thank you so much for coming through for us.
Oh, no problem. Thank you, actually.
Most definitely. How have things been going? Because I know it's kind of, I would imagine it's probably been a kind of a whirlwind just as far as everything that's going on and promoting your new project and just all the different stuff that you have happening in your life.
Oh, yeah. Actually, it's a lot of work. Just a lot of work. Slow motion, but definitely a lot of work. Yeah.
Now, you hail from Dayton, Ohio, right?
Yeah, I am. That is my stomping ground. That's my hometown, where I'm originally from.
That's cool. Now, I'm Ohio born and bred as well. I'm actually from Cleveland, and I saw something somewhere that looked like maybe you had been in Beechwood at some point as well. Is that true, or is it just Dayton?
Absolutely, yes. I was in Cleveland. I've been where I am now for 2 years, but I was in Cleveland for about 6 years. I did a lot of back and forth for about a good 10 years. But yeah, okay. I'm from Dayton, but I network a lot in Cleveland. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was going to say, what took you to Cleveland from Dayton?
Well, actually, you know what? Before I was into property management.
Okay.
And so along with the music, property management, and I work for a management company, and the management company gifted me to Cleveland. So
gotcha.
I was in that cold city for a while.
But that's cool, though. I mean, it's always good to obviously have your hand in, more than one field and many things. I mean, I'm in healthcare, and I do radio, and I publish, and, a lot of different things. So I think it's good. I mean, there's so many people who are working in different fields and whatnot. So it's not a bad thing.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So let's talk about your music and starting off. How did you get into, obviously putting music together and, releasing your project?
Okay, so, well, of course, music is just in me. I love music. I've always sang from a little girl just growing up. But what made me want to take it to the next level, I had an experience in my life in 2011. I lost my son. And my son was an artist as well. He used to sing. And I feel like, he left here too soon. So it's like that passion that we both had, he probably at the time, I'm thinking he might have had a little more than me because I was just, letting him do his thing. And when he passed away, I felt like, this is something that I need to finish. This needs to be done. And I just began writing. I went on a journey. I just took life experiences, and then it was like therapy for me, And then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to turn this into music and take all these lyrics and convert them into music. And, of course, that's how it started, taking it to the next level anyway.
Right. In what ways, I heard you say that it was therapeutic. There are so many people who are doing music who obviously have lost loved ones, in the process. Mm-hmm. In what ways music, and how did it help you just in the overall creative process?
Well, when I would have because when you lose someone close to you, you have moments. You have, no matter how long or short it's been since they left, you still have those moments. You have birthdays, you have anniversaries of their death, and you'll have someone that'll bring up something, a memory of something that about that individual. So I just felt like you know what? When I have that moment, this is going to help me. The tears begin to turn,
Right.
of sorrow turn to joy. It's like, okay, I can do this. And it was very, like I said, it was therapeutic. Just going to the studio and getting inside that booth and just me and the microphone and taking what I written on paper and converting it into music and sharing it with the world. It just did something for me. It made me feel good. I don't know how to explain it, but
I get it though. I mean, I talked to so many different people, and definitely, over the years, I've talked to a number of people who have lost loved ones, not even just children, but just they've lost people in the process. So I get exactly what you're saying though, and how it helps you through the process. So talk about some of the difficulties that you've encountered and experienced along the way, because obviously coming in as an independent artist, it's a lot of struggle through the process. It's not necessarily as easy as a lot of people look at it and feel as though it is. Like, what are some of the struggles that you've kind of encountered coming through this?
Well, number one struggle is financial. It takes, as an independent artist.
That's number one for everybody.
Yeah. So if you don't have the funds, it can be discouraging. Because everything, you have to have, funds for everything. And then if you don't have that support system that's going to help you on the financial side as well as on the emotional side, you can, feel like you're just like, oh, you can have this breakdown moment, like, oh, I'm throwing in the towel. But you have to be strong. You have to be, again, I always say people have to have thick skin, in this business, because when you're being creative and introducing your music to the world, everybody's not going to like it, or they're not going to feel what you're doing. So you have to believe in what you're doing. So as long as you got that support system and you got a little funds, you'll be okay. And if you don't, you just have to take time. That's another thing. A lot of us want it to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. We have to be patient and just let the universe work for you. Put in the work. I always tell people, faith without works is dead. And if you don't put in the work, it's not going to happen. So I learned that, okay, I'm going to put in the work, whether it's small, making a phone call, or just, going and just rehearsing one of my songs. You have to make sure you put in the work, because if you don't, it can be discouraging. Yeah.
Definitely. So I want to get into talking a little bit more about your music. You had a project, Open Letter, back in around 2015. Talk a little bit about that project and the process of putting that together and getting it out there. And then from there, we'll kind of go into the new project and obviously the changes and the growth and that sort of thing. So talk a little bit about Open Letter.
Okay, so Open Letter is, 2011. That's what occurred right after I experienced my tragedy. And I had met a special person from another state. So which exactly, when you say you want to follow your heart, this individual gave me the, I guess, I won't say the idea, but just gave me the push, encouraged me. You know what, go ahead and do it. You're very talented. You got all these lyrics. So I took that and I wrote a song about, it's called Senses of Love, and it was about a long-distance relationship. So that was about experience. Right. So that project was my very first original, and it gave me the introduction to getting in the studio and just doing it. It was a lot. It was kind of hard because it was my first project. I did a lot of back and forth in and out of the studio, and I was like, and I feel like I want to throw in the towel, but then I had to think about, okay, why? Why are you doing this? So that's when I continued. I just decided, you can do this, Rachel. Just do it. Just do it. This is what you want to do. So that project, Open Letters, is actually bringing me to today. And it's really everything that I write is about experience, whether I've experienced or I was involved, in a relationship with a loved one, or, I was in that moment of time of that, of that experience. So, but as far as me growing, yes, when I wrote that that original, that first song, like I said, it was my first one, and it just gave me the opportunity to just, go in and do it, and then I learned from it. So now I'm able to get in the studio, I'm able to get out, write, bam, make it happen,
Not necessarily what you experienced, but what did you learn from, obviously doing that project, which definitely took a lot of your time because it was your first project and there was a lot of difficulties in that. So what are the things that you took away from that project that ultimately helped you with, Fail for Love and with Betrayal?
I learned that it's okay to have input from others. I learned to collaborate and seek input from others. And I like now when I go to the studio, I make sure I take me just a vocal producer with me, so I can just get in and get out, to assist me with my arrangements. So just, and again, in the beginning, it was just me going in, trying to tackle it and make it happen. It was just frustrating. And, yeah, I learned that, you take your time, but you can still do it in a speedy way. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so again, I've learned that, just have it's okay to have someone. I think, again, I was not understanding that it's okay to work with others. Now I know it's okay to work with others.
Flipping that around, what are some of the things that you did with your first project that you knew, obviously, with this new project, I'm not doing that. I'm just not going to do that.
Okay, so let me, I guess I'm thinking about, this is what I did. I will pay for I'm going to use this scenario, case in point. I will buy my time in the studio, I will buy block hours. And it costed me. It costed me because the engineer at the time, he just disappeared on me and took my money. So that's just a whole other story, but that was one of the difficulties I experienced. So now it's like, okay, Rachel, when you purchase your block hours, use them. Just use them up. So and before I would buy the hours and I would just stretch them out. Like, I'm going to go this week, the next week I'm going to use 2 hours next week. But now I'll just do what I do and just go in and knock that project out. If it takes me all day,
right,
I'm going to go in and finish it and not stretch it out.
Right, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now with this new project, talk about the new project and the direction that you were looking to go and, obviously what people can look out for with this project.
Well, the story, it's me. It's me delivering my experience. And I'm actually working on one now, fighting for love's sake. So, just, so and a lot of my music is, well, not a lot, I'll say a few of it has been about pain. And I don't know, a lot of women, I guess they can relate to that. It's coming from a female, but and even guys can relate to that, I think. It'll be basically, it's me, just being me. I mean, that's really all I can. I guess that's really all I can say. It's just, I guess because my style of music is a little different. So it's just I want to share that. I don't want to be related to another artist. I want to be she's doing her own little thing. So yeah.
But I think that's cool though. I think that with your music, people are definitely going to get a lot from it. I know that there's a number of people who are definitely looking for more. But what we're going to do is I'm going to actually have you talk about each single, and then we'll go ahead and play them. So I'm going to actually start with Betrayal. So talk about Betrayal, and I've seen the video, which I think is really awesome. Actually, your manager, he sent me a lot. He sent me basically your bio and your video and all of that stuff maybe about 2 to 3 weeks ago. So I had actually had a chance to look at it because I'm actually working to do some things with you just in regard to the magazine and whatnot. And then the opportunity for you being here on the show came about as well, which I thought was, even better. So this is a cool thing. But talk about Betrayal and that video as well.
Okay, so Betrayal is about, of course, life experience. It's, you know what, really, wow, it's about being in a relationship, okay? But betrayal can really speak on being betrayed in any aspect, but of course, when you're in a relationship and you are with that individual and you just going through some things, which, you know, I did. I mean, in the past, you know, I've had some previous relationships where you're with this individual and they're like, okay, you know, not coming home, and you know, you want things to go a certain way, and you're like, oh, I want it bad, but we're not on the same page. So, so it basically starts off with, you know, he's not home. You keep going through this, okay? He's not coming home. You know, you're waking up through the night and he's gone. So this chick in this video, she's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm tired. I should just get up, put my clothes on, get cute, drink me a glass of wine, and I'm just gonna step out and I'm gonna, like, I'm done. I'm just gonna do me. I'm gonna go out, and if I'm thinking about paying them back, I may or may not, but I'm thinking about it. So just, you know, this person over and over and over again, just keep doing the same thing, and then you just eventually just fed up. You're done. So that's basically, you know, what it's about. And I've been through that. I've been through that.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and play it. I think the video is really, really awesome, too, so I'll have you talk a little bit more about that. But this is Betrayal. We are live with Miss Shaw, and this is Indie Soul Saturday.
Sleep, rolled over, your side is cold. I'm sick and tired of this. You betrayed me, and I just can't take it no more. No. It started with white lies. You thought it'd make things go much better. Oh, it brought tears to my eyes, 'cause I wanted us to be together forever. Betrayal.
It's definitely a really hot single. Like, talk a little bit more, I would say, about the video and just the creative process for that.
Okay, so the video was it was shot in Vegas, and
I love Vegas.
yeah. So I mean, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, and this was my first official video, and it was so much work. Like, it took me 3 days to do this video.
I mean, that's not really bad though for a video. 3 days. That's not really bad though.
Yeah, but it was so much fun. Like, I had so much fun. Like, I got a high off of it. Like, it was just a natural rush. I was like, I want to do this again and again and again, over and over again. I just want to keep doing it. But it was so much fun going from casino to casino and just walking up and down the strip, and just, the director directing me, telling me, giving me direction. And then I had my stylist and my makeup artist. And it was just, oh my goodness, I was famous that day.
That having been your first video shoot, like, what did you get from there that, like, what's the one thing that you kind of went in thinking it was going to be and it turned out to be something totally different?
Well, honestly, I'll be honest, I thought I would get done quicker. It's been 3 days. That was one. And then, probably the main part, I will say the director, I was kind of nervous because I had never just let, the individual just do what they wanted to do, and he just took control and just, directed everything, took the storyline and just took off with it. So that right there, I didn't think it would have turned out the way it did initially until things started, coming into play.
But that's cool, though. Like, I think it's cool that you had that experience, though. And, I mean, definitely it's really not bad when you think of some of the other videos that have been done and how long they really can take.
Yes. Because, again, the song is a 3 or 4 minute song, and, you got a 3 day shoot. That's just hours and hours. I think 3 days is a long time to me. I mean, for 3 minute video.
Well, I think it's cool. It turned out real dope. So, I mean, you definitely did a good job. So, I mean, I think that 3 days was worth it because it turned out really, really good.
Thank you. And I guess that's another part of putting in the work, the journey that people don't see on the outside. They see all the glamour and the beautiful, which your wardrobe and your makeup, but they don't see the part that you're going through behind the scenes, So that's
right.
Just a lot of it. Mm-hmm.
As far as your production, and definitely like the production for Betrayal, like, who handled the production behind that?
Actually, DLZ, Derek Lindsay, he's out of Chicago, I believe. Well, he's the producer behind that. And so he's one of the producers that I met from an organization, a writing sessions organization that I'm a part of. But he produced it, custom produced it for me.
Now, as far as like all of the writing, are you doing all of the writing, or do you have a team of writers that come in with you as well when you're putting your projects and your songs together?
You know what? That must be the question of the week. I've been asked that several times this week, several times. Okay, so the songs that I've written, I wrote those all by myself. However, I am in the future looking to collaborate with other writers. But I wrote those by myself, yes.
Okay. So now let's move forward to Fail For You. Talk a little bit about Fail For You.
Okay, so Fail For You is actually the producer behind that. He's out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
So I took the lyrics from there as well, based off experience, because I've had a lot of experiences before. I was in a serious relationship where I went went out with a couple guys, and they just like, I'm like, okay, let's exchange information, let's exchange numbers. All right, I'll call you. Maybe just something to do. Okay, I ain't doing nothing else, Why not, So, and I thought about that because it's funny because the the person that inspired me to write this song based off of the experience, that's kind of how it was initially. And again, we as artists or writers, we just anything can turn into a song, anything.
Right.
So I took those lyrics. The experience, and I just was like, you know what? It's just something to do, okay. But then it turned into something serious. Like, what? Where you come from? Like, So a lot of people can, I'm sure, relate to this. Like, I started dating this person. He was just something to do. Then, dang, you know what? He's doing some things that I wasn't expecting. Okay. So then you started falling for that person, and that's pretty much where, the lyrics from that song came from. Just falling for someone, you didn't expect it. Later you realize, wait a minute, I really am feeling this person. That's what it's about.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play it. This is Fell For You by Rachel Shaw, and this is Indie Soul Saturdays.
I'm gonna keep it real, I'm gonna tell you how I see this thing that we got going on. It's making me ill. I didn't anticipate that I feel the way that I never took the time to evaluate. I would want you, I would love you, I would care. You put it down, I need you here right now. From the top of my head down to my toes, I tossed and turned all night, thinking how you love me right. Gave me all of you, shared your love with me. You put it down, so I need you right here right now.
I think that's definitely a hot and amazing single as well. Now, are you planning on putting together a video at all for that?
I sure am. Yes, I am. So we're actually working on preparing for that one, and it will be released as soon as we're done with it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as more material, can we look for new material to come out, and then a full-length project as well?
Oh, okay. The full-length project should be, what I'm doing is we're working on a project one at a time, and probably I'm looking at October, November, it should be a full project, should be completed.
Okay.
So,
in terms of direction, like what direction do you feel like you're going in for that full-length project?
in what direction? Well, right now, we're just want to make sure I understand the question. When you say what direction, you're speaking in terms of?
Just more so, I guess more in terms of like what we can expect from like, is it going to be a lot of up tempos? Will it be a lot of ballads? Kind of what we have with these two singles, or kind of what direction, I guess, in that sense, are you going for that project?
Right now, the majority of them will be smooth, but there will be probably two upbeats. So what we'll do is, as we complete the projects, we're going to select which ones we're going to do the videos for based off of the audience. And
okay.
So that's pretty much, where we're going with that. But yeah, it's most of the music is smooth again, but there will be a couple of beats in there.
I think that's really, really cool. I know I'm definitely looking for a full-length project, just, obviously off of the strength of those two singles. I definitely want to hear more, and I feel like you definitely have something to offer that the industry is definitely looking for and in need of. So it's really a cool thing.
Great. Thank you.
Now, in terms of, obviously where people can find you, I know you're all over social media, so, definitely Twitter and Instagram. Are you on Facebook as well?
Yes, I am on Facebook. And they can find me at Rachel Shaw or Rachel Shaw Music. There's a music page as well. And then, of course, my website is www.rachelshawmusic.com.
Right. I definitely checked out the website. Now, I know you have music on SoundCloud, and then you also have some things on Reverb Nation as well. Singles, obviously, and then Open Letter. Like, is everyone able to find all of that on, like, Reverb Nation and SoundCloud, or where can they go to actually listen to all of the music?
Well, all of the music is not released there. Well, I'm sorry. Reverb Nation does have, I think, one or two out there free streaming that they can listen to that has not been released, or just the free ones just to listen to. So they are on Reverb Nation. Of course, the songs are available for downloads through iTunes, Apple, Spotify,
right,
as well.
I think you've definitely done an amazing job just in terms of, obviously putting everything together and really working to build your career, because it's definitely not an easy thing on the independent circuit. So, definitely kudos and congratulations to all the success that you've been able to have so far, and I definitely see a lot more coming for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Oh, definitely. Now, in terms of, I would say, words of encouragement, for the people who are listening, I know there's a number of people who are listening who want to get into this type of thing, and they may do music and, don't necessarily know the next steps. Like, what type of advice would you give to someone who's looking to, venture into this line of work?
Well, I will tell you to definitely, if you have the talent and the gift, definitely go for it. Go for it. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen overnight, but you have to put in the work. And as long as you have a support system, if it's just one person, you got that one person behind you, you can do it. You can do anything. But, again, it's going to take time. And you have to have confidence. You have to have thick skin, because everybody's not going to accept your originality or your creation. So be prepared to hear no, be prepared to say, oh, your music is whack, oh, that's not what's happening right now. Be prepared for that. And who cares? If one person don't like it, it don't matter. Keep it moving because it's billions and billions of people in this world. And trust me, you can build a brand with just a few thousands. Or, so just put in the work because, again, faith without works is dead. So you have to have the work ethic. And as long as you have the faith and you put in the work, the universe is going to work for you. It's not going to happen overnight. Just put in the work and have that confidence, and the rest is just going to you're going to be fine.
Now, what's the best piece of advice that you yourself have received? Coming in and going through all that you've been able to experience so far.
Mine is now I can tell myself I had to have thick skin. I had to learn to. Because it was like, this is my baby. When you're being creative, it becomes your baby, So if you don't have thick skin, everybody's not going to like your baby. And you have to to know it's okay that one person didn't like it or that one person had an opinion, because it's only an opinion. That's all it is, just an opinion. So I had to learn that it's just an opinion. Okay, Rachel? It's just an opinion. So that's something I had to tell myself, and continuously I tell myself that now. It's just an opinion. It's okay. Keep it moving. Just, hold your head up, keep it moving. And, I'm fine. Now I am, that I tell myself that.
I think that's great. And lastly, any final comments that you want to, put out there to the listeners, to your fans, to the people who've been following you, for these years that you've been pursuing this?
Well, I just really, I want to say thank you to those that are following me. And I do have more music that I will be bringing to you. And I just want to say I appreciate you. And just thank you. That's really all I want to say.
Hey, I really want to thank you as well. I think this was amazing. I think it was a great opportunity to really connect with you, and I think the music is great. I see you going very, very far, and I just appreciate your time. Obviously, on a Saturday, too. Just thank you.
Yeah. See, that's put in the work. I'm not working. You got to do what you got to do.
Definitely. Most definitely. Thank you so much. We'll work to get you back. Get some music coming out.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, too. All right.
You are so welcome. You enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. You, too. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And there you have it, Source Nation. We have wrapped up this amazing special hour here with Rachel Shaw. Definitely a great conversation. Continue to listen to Source Radio Network. You'll be able to hear her music. And we definitely will keep supporting. We're glad everybody was tuned in, and we will catch you all again next week, same time, same place.